the side of VP. Just kind of holding back. It's more or less a default for both teams, although
yes.
Liquid's getting a little pushy in the apartments.
Ooh. Elysian Grim. He just assassinate Jame all the way at the bottom of second mid. And they can just fall back behind that. Frustrating way to lose an early player. Now, if they wanted to go on that A side, they would have to check so many corners. They'd actually have to check everything.
They would have to do a lot of work. But it looks like they're okay with that. They have 1 minute and 10 seconds to go. So they have opportunities here to take that time to make sure they're not actually being too careful about every alt-mid position. They're just going to go into a set piece, in fact. It's going to be a Moto smoke coming out. The Grim is here in the pit, but instantly he's gushed.
That's a pretty good dink. 3-man setup at the bomb site. They're taking their time with this fight. Smoke's going to be going down. Oh, fall, and even while flashed, able to pick up the kill. That's a big one. But Buster and Kicker are bringing it back just a little bit. Still a 3-on-3, and Sanji going to get the kill on Grim, who was, as you said, gushed from earlier. Naf and Stewie now inside of the smoke. It's a decent nade. It's actually a very good grenade that lands right on top of Sanji and Kicker. The bomb is planted, though. They do not currently have a kit. Don't know if there's one on the ground either. Naf is going to be coming around from the quad side. Stewie's holding it, just kind of making sure no one's running into pit. They're all locked inside of the bomb site, so this could be really awkward from VP. They could get picked off pretty quickly inside of here, but also getting close to the Glocks is never a good time. Good pick off, and they don't know if anyone is in pit. Stewie goes down, and Naf will follow him into the grave, and it will be VP to pick up the opening round.
It was actually surprising for Stewie for every player to be in that bomb site. He had no idea. He was already looking towards other angles, and VP... Usually, you could get off the site there in this post plant, but they decided to all stick together, and it worked out for them. Also, though, it's very risky. The reason you wouldn't expect that is because you can die in such quick succession, and even if they don't have a kit, they suddenly make up a lot of time because you're not playing for the clock. But VP, they'll put on the 1-0 start. Fallen, he's already getting aggressive towards middle, and his form has been drawn into question by the deaths. Jacob even said how gone are the years of Fallen's prime.
We'll see about that. I'm not giving up on him just yet. He's one of my favorite players to watch, so it's going to take more than that. Naf with a good kill. Stewie with a running P250, and he's back for more shooting inside of the smoke, and they're just getting slaughtered with a little bit of team kill on top. I think either way would have been it. What a dreadful round out of VP. They just got stuck, lost in the fog, as if it was a Stephen King novel. Couldn't get it done.
The monsters were there, and it was Stewie actually that was in the fog with them. Yeah, that was a very, I'd say, un-VP round. They usually want to take a lot more time, and Stewie just spamming away with this P250, this $300 pistol, makes it look so valuable. And Liquid there, they've got to be really happy about that. That just went much better than anyone could have expected.
Well, Deagles and Tech9s, so Tech9 in reply. Third round here. Liquid, it always feels pretty good to be able to walk up like that and just pick up the round. Mac 10 will take care of Kicker. Stolen Mac 10, in fact. That's the other thing, isn't it, though? They steal a Mac 10 and 2 AKs out of that round. That's so wild. That's such a bounce back.
There's so much value from the last round victory. And just want to remark on the fact that Stewie, he's got 5 kills. I'm pretty sure 3 are in through smoke now. And he's just, he doesn't even need to see people. And there's a reason they call him the smoke criminal. He is just seemingly so aware of what's going on in them, outside them, around them. It doesn't matter. He gets a home field advantage boost, just like a Yu-Gi-Oh card when he's in the smoke.
It's an arcane reference. Fair enough. Jame is sneaking around. Chances for a bomb plant put somewhere near 0 at this point in time, but I mean, maybe it's not the most interesting thing to watch him walking around, but in terms of doing the damage and just getting anything out of the round, it's probably the right way to go here. He's got a kill and an AK. Grim is waiting for him right around the corner if he wanted to jump out. 20 seconds still left. Don't know if he wants to live out the round because they could just run in and kill him in the last second. So I feel like kind of going for it is probably the better choice, even if he goes down. Fair enough. It's worth a try. 2-1, though, in favor of Liquid.
That single kill from James is worth it. You know, he always draws the rounds out, but that's about a $3,700 swing. The fact that he gets the AK makes the player rebuy the armor. It's those little details that VP are never the ones to overlook. They always are on top of the economy, and they do some very strange things with it. I think we've all seen that. You know, the Sanji just basically investment fund into Jame. He's very willing. In fact, it's his fiduciary duty to just give everything he can to Jame to see if he can actually, you know, Jame's like a hedge fund, actually, and Sanji is a customer.
Exactly right. It's written into his contract. It's a brutal, maybe he didn't, when he signed it, he didn't know. And he was like, remember, yes. Legally binding.
James just points to the contract while sipping tea every time Sanji questions it.
Sanji's like, can I just at least have a UMP? Or something? No, you can't.
Not even that. A deagle if you're lucky.
Yeah, we might need that money later. Mm-hmm. But then again, when James is hitting the shots, it actually just works out really well. So hard to be too critical of. That, by the way, is a play I actually see Stewie doing a lot on this map. Pushing down all the way past. He's one of the people that's very quick to flank if it's an A hit. It's really cool. Risky in some scenarios, but it is really fun to see. Maybe be one of them. He's going to get one of the kills, not realizing there's always someone in pit, but it doesn't matter. Still takes him down. Stewie was real tired of waiting.
Yeah. He says, let's get this one over with. Anything but a Glock, and Yukindar would have had that kill, but 5 alive for Liquid. They bolster their economy. VP finally will have another gun round, and we'll see what they go for. Last time around, they went for something that kind of put them in a bad position at the top of Banana. We'll see if they want to work the whole map, and I have a strong feeling that they will. They've got great utility. They have a lot of options here.
Yukindar on -1. As the president of the Yukindar fan club, how do you feel about that, Maui?
I've seen Yukindar have 8-round stretches of no kills, and then he still ends up the top fragger in the server, so not worried. Stewie, though, he takes a lot of damage. Down to 10 already. He only has a MAC-10, and he wanted to get it involved. He's, in fact, forcing the issue right now, but backs on up. He was so close to contesting Kicker. That's a great flash, but Kicker, he just holds his ground. He doesn't want to swing, give up anything he doesn't need to, and that allows Liquid to change their setup. Stewie swapping out the op due to low HP with Fallen, and now he's back.
And with an extra smoke? Did he throw a smoke to him as well?
Yeah, I think so.
So that's a pretty good little combination, right? You maybe get this kill, or just get shot in the face, but theoretically, get the kill, throw the smoke, that kind of thing. Fallen's going to come back to reclaim the AWP if Stewie's not using it anymore. I guess someone might as well. Random shots there, but yeah, swaps it out. Can you pick up the smoke as well? That would be extra helpful. Down to 40 seconds, which for VP, again, they are one of those really slow teams. And Liquid will have to try and adjust to that and try to make sure that they actually have nades left at sub 30 seconds even. Which they kind of do. Grim has a smoke, which in itself is impressive. Elige, good fight to be winning against Yukindar there. Down to 20 seconds now, but it is essentially a 2 versus 4 isolated at this A-bomb site, at least for another couple of seconds. Naf is getting over here, but it might not be in time. 12 seconds on the clock, and they're playing it so slow. Jame with the bomb. I don't think he's going to get a chance to plant this time either. 6 seconds left now. Kicker trying to swing for that fight, but he's not going to get it. And Jame will have to just back on out.
That was an interesting mid-round from VP. It took a little bit long. It wasn't a bad idea to move towards A, but the fact that it took him so long to really get going into the site, that cost them everything. The rotation was already there from Liquid, and we saw that the smoke from Grim provided a lot of value. He just stayed alive for the entire time.
Yes. Do you think if you're Liquid and you're coming into this match, do you take 3 seconds at the start of the round to remind everyone on the team, remember we're playing a slow team? Don't use those smokes at 55 seconds. You know, try. Is that do you think a call that comes out sometimes?
Wouldn't be surprised if that's something that Adren hammered home for everybody, especially Grim. Save your smoke until they actually are in your sights, until there are 20 seconds left in the round, because Jame knows better than anybody in Counter-Strike that a smoke that's thrown with 55 seconds left essentially has no value. You could just wait behind it if you're on the T side. There's very little that could be done in terms of bolstering your hold. Of course, a smoke at that time could allow some rotations, maybe allow for a new positioning, but in terms of really defending the bomb site, Jame pushes it to the limit and tries to bait all of that utility. You could even see on the rounds where they're just on Glocks that they want to burn all the time. They want to make sure Liquid use their nades when they don't need to.
Double arch setup this time between Elysian Fallen. Grim. I mean, this is a fine enough spot, maybe in a round like this where they only have pistols. But this is one of those positions that can be flashed from 10 million different places. And if he's spotting for them to come out and they flash from second mid, could be a little bit ugly. They've moved their way over here, and they do have that one AK on Jame that he managed to save. Sneaking in. This is, I think, a good idea. That actually could have been the end of Naf right there. Smoke goes up towards CT spawn. A flash comes through. Naf is just trying to fall back a little bit. Ooh, Stewie showing up at the same time. And I think he hit that jump button mistakenly. Still got a double kill, so that says something. And Naf rock solid in that B-bomb site.
I'm surprised Stewie stayed alive after making that jump. But either way, it works out. Liquid, they stop the VP half buy, and they're on to their fifth. That's an impressive hold from Naf and Stewie right there. Oh, great mow down here from Naf, as we see in the replay. Just had the perfect lineup in this one. Naf, one of the most dependable B players in the world right now. He has been exceptional at that position. I think at ESL Pro League, he had above a 3.0 kill death ratio on the CT side of Inferno in all the maps they played. Insane stuff. When you're playing B especially, it's so heavily contested, and yet he still was finding so many kills and barely ever giving up his life.
No quick battle for Banana in this round. Takes a minute before Kicker decides to take a little bit of a step up there. Tiny bit of damage coming out from Stewie. Just testing the waters out there and getting quite a bit of a nade in return. I like this position for Fallen though with the AWP.
It's a great angle to hold anybody coming up through Boiler. But VP have now shown to Liquid that they have some space towards Banana. It's not quite the top of car, given that retake utility came out. And Stewie's going, he's positioning as if he wants to throw more retake utility. He's thinking about it, but he actually just throws the smoke close, defending what looks to be a B exec coming out from the VP side.
Oh, this could be a real problem. They only have 2 smokes on that VP side, and he has a Molotov. So if they throw them into the bomb side and he throws it down in front, they're actually in a lot of trouble. That just might be what happens. Oh, he does it immediately. Doesn't wait for the execute. That means they're going to have 10 seconds or something to actually get in there. Smoke goes down. Molotov right on top of them. This could be real good. Naf in some trouble. Has to move forward. He's burning alive. Oh, Yakinda with a double barbecue. And 10 seconds. That is absolutely brutal. Yeah, they see that. They see that coming all the way through. They know there's a second player there for the boost. What a way to win a round.
Yakinder's known for his entry frags, but getting them purely with utility, I mean, that's just an excellent execute. That is well drawn up from VP, and basically just countering that exact setup from Liquid. That's something that Liquid just, you have to just tip your hat, say, all right, our setup got beat by the strat you guys called. And I think you set it up well, Anders. The fact that Molly from Stewie, though, it was a little early. Like, VP were okay with just waiting it out. They just wanted to throw their exec after it, and everything just went perfectly for them. There's almost no one even almost saw each other this round. Maybe one person on the boost.
And I think that Molotov goes down at about 25 seconds, which maybe another team. This is absolutely wild. They couldn't handle it.
That's the one person that saw another opponent. Yeah, that's it.
Truly. I feel like another team that wasn't VP, if they first got smoked at, I think, 41 seconds, and then Molotov right afterwards, that'd be fairly stressful if you were, but VP just have this, they have a different relationship to the clock, and they don't care. They just think, all right, it's fine. Even at 17 seconds or something, we can make this work. So, yeah, good stuff. Buster this time nearly burning alive, and good AWP shot from Fallen to take down Kicker. Still kind of pushing forward a little bit. Ooh, Molotov. Smoke is going to keep Buster safe for the minute, but not for Stewie. He's right on top. They're just tossing more stuff. Oh, he must know that he's there. And Stewie, I mean, he wins that fight, but he had his back turned for a minute, getting everyone worried. Now, is it time to relax, Stewie? Stop pushing in the 3v5?
It's time to call it. Time to call it. I mean, that was just great banana control from Liquid. I mean, the Molotovs were on point. Even Stewie was so aware of the possibility of there being a player there. James trying to find a contest. He knows Stewie now is stuck in this corner, and he'll be able to throw his own molly to push him out. But Stewie's too fast. He swings out wide, and there's really nothing James can do at this point. So there has to be another in on the round if VP want to make a go at it.
Yeah, Kinder trying to find a fight right then and there, but Elige besting him with the M4A1. Sanji, he's going to go down as well. Elige getting a chance to have a say in the game. We haven't really talked about him too much, but obviously kind of the core of the team in some way.
He is the man. Yeah. He is the star of the team. Comes up with so much for Liquid in many of the rounds where it almost feels like there's not a great plan or the plan's not going accordingly. It's him to find the multi-frags more often than not, but he hasn't been called upon too much yet. It's been primarily B-centric, and Stewie, he's already sitting on 11 kills in 8 rounds of play. That is very impressive. That is just well done from him so far.
Look at VP's willingness to just surrender banana right off the bat.
They know they lost the fight.
Yeah, they do. Well, yeah, they've already been losing that fight a fair bit, but for some teams, tactically, right, that's a big concession to make. Curious to see what VP will do in return here.
That probably means this. Oh, okay, Kicker. He's still flirting with it, but this is shaping up to seemingly be a halls pop, or at least there's a lot of VP presence in the halls. But there's still a contest here. Oh, Jamie wins the fight against Fallen. But Stewie still at the bottom of banana. That definitely caught Jamie off guard. Now Kicker, he's looking for the 1v1. This is a big duel for either of these players. But the halls pop has already happened. Kinder took out Grim. Kicker takes down Stewie. And the A bomb site is completely compromised for Liquid. Even though Naf has rotated in to support Stewie at B, this is all over A now.
Very interesting. Very good communication between Kickert and James, because that was Kickert that spotted that Fallen was up there with the AWP and kind of called into position. Bomb is going to be going down here, looking good. They're going to pick up the AWP, and I think for the rest of the round, maybe they could have Naf out here looking for exit kills or just sort of end-around kills, but probably not more than that. Unless, of course, VP lose their minds and start running out of the bomb site, we could have an incredible ninja defuse, but it is very unlikely.
That's got to be a tough round for Liquid to face, given that there was a lot of action at B. They really were trying. Now, okay, Naf's pretty close.
Just do it, Naf. Kill him, smoke the bomb, go for it. He's going to back on out. I really wanted that to be the case. Still, I mean, this is probably higher value.
That's excellent damage.
Yeah.
And he got an AK out of it. Not bad. Not bad for the ending for Liquid on this one, but that kill is basically everything. There's so much commotion going on at B. You know that the comms probably for Liquid are very much just centered around what's happening at Banana, and Kinder just walks out. He just actually walked out and just headshotted Graham. That's all it took.
Yeah, well played. 6-2-3. And Liquid at least getting a little bit of a timeout in that winning streak that they've been putting in. Elige thinking about throwing it, but don't walk into the shot. It's just embarrassing, isn't it, if you do that. Deep nade does a little bit of damage. Kinder also taking some Buster, fighting for top banana this time. They're back doing that again, VP here, at a fairly respectable time.
This angle from Fallen should be good for one, but Sanji, he's careful about it. But Fallen re-peeks into it. Sanji, he just goes for the swing. And Fallen takes him down. That's a nice opener for Liquid. They've now established presence towards apartments. You see that forces VP's hand away from A. And Fallen reads that. Yeah. He knows that. He's already rotating on over.
I think Fallen's had a new position every round so far in the opening, which of course is kind of the hallmark of a good AWP player. And another follow-up to that is the repositioning every time he does get a kill or even just fires the gun. It feels like he's just halfway across the map. So Yeah, very hard to play against. 40 seconds. Yikinda's working Arch, which, if the B hit is successful, could be super important. If they actually win this fight, Yikinda's walking through. And that's just a firing squad waiting for him. 30 seconds now. Molotov comes down. And what do they do? That's a really well-timed Molotov to slow them. Stewie's here as well. Elysian, Grim rotate. They're actually just going for a full 5-man rotation. And it's such a successful hit there. Naf and Fallen, each with a kill. Stewie coming in with a final clean-up kill. That is a very good round for Liquid.
Liquid have figured out the timing of VP. They're saving their nades as they should have been from the very beginning of this game, and they have all the counter utility they need anytime a VP hit commences. They know that it's going to be in the last 20 seconds now. The flashes are there, the Molotovs, the setup, their reads are on point, and there's simply nothing VP can do in those final seconds to bust open a defense. It's going to need to take perhaps a pace change or some sort of opener that they're not finding in the defaults from VP. They gotta switch up the formula a little bit here.
Well, 7-3. We've got an 8K, running AK from Kicker. That's a good kill. Yeah, I was gonna say, if he swings for the next one and gets it, that's almost a round just done with, so can't really blame him for it. Pressure put onto the B-bomb site usually will force out a lot of utility. You can see Naf is out of grenades.
He's out. The quick Kicker kill forced the utility out. He made them respect him. That's what you need to do. If the default can find some damage, you force your opponents to use nades. And this time around, it looks like it's going to be a library and Arch Smoke as VP go for the long wrap. Fallen is here, positioned to fight it though. Takes down Kicker. He's actually not backing up into the smokes. He's backing up into Moto. And VP, they're not even chasing yet. These smokes are gonna fade, and Liquid will know everything that's happening.
Yeah, how soon before they go back and check? Fallen definitely calling it in that no one actually turned the corner. So Elige will go back to the B-bomb side to join Naf. They're out of nades, more or less. He's got a single flashbang Elige. Maybe he could set something up there. A bit of a wide swing, and Elige has got a shot in the face already. Naf doing the best that he can, but Jane will take him down. Fallen and Grim, 2 versus 3. And this is definitely going to be a bomb plant, and Buster is just set up to take down Fallen immediately. That's a pretty good play. Grim at range, probably not worth it. It's actually unbelievable how much of an impact that Kicker kill had.
Yes.
In the beginning of the round.
That allows VP to manipulate the defense in a way they just simply haven't been able to before. That seriously, it draws so many Liquid members as soon as there's pressure on either side of the map. Because Inferno, it's just not a map you want to play 2-2 on. You want to have 3 people at the bomb site that's being attacked. And VP know that Liquid are going to respond as such. And so Kicker there, that's going to be something that now Liquid, they might either have to use more utility, it might have to just be stronger utility, put Fallen there with an op, something to stop that. If Kicker is able to find that kill consistently, that is what makes VP dangerous. And that is something that Kicker has been good at for the last 2 years. He is electronic-esque sometimes in his peaks that he can reach when he is fighting for banana control. It's something that often goes overlooked in VP's game, just how much space this guy can take. And because it's easy to ignore it when you look at Yikinder and Jame.
Yeah, it's hard to outshine that combination, but he did it right then and there. Now the question is, timeout actually being called by VP, which is interesting. They just won the round.
They do this a lot, though.
Yeah,
it's confusing because you usually want to keep up that momentum.
Yeah,
but VP say no. Let's just actually call an even better plan now.
Yeah, make it even better. And I mean, the theory, I think when Astralis started doing it a bit, was something like get the nerves under control, but they just don't seem like a nervous team. I'm not sure that's what's really happening here, you know?
VP rarely show emotion.
Yeah.
Anybody. Sometimes a little frustration, a little bit of excitement, but it's never over the top.
No.
In either direction.
Very collected team in that way. Round number 12, and some AWP shots being exchanged down the middle. No one really connecting. Banana again. Buster and Kicker are out there doing some work. Yikinda with a deep Molotov. It's going to land all the way back there. In case Fallen was holding that angle that he was earlier, that would be the Molotov to get rid of him.
It's curious as they throw it, and they didn't even take bracket, but Liquid aren't sure about that. They don't quite know if VP is in control. But VP, I think they're going for an earlier set piece this time around.
This could be good. If they flash Grim, this is the grenade exactly. If this hits Grim, there's nothing they can do to hold the bomb site. Grim's going to be going down, and that's a problem. Fallen with an important kill. Elige right behind him, and this duo has to come up big. They're almost blocking each other, but Fallen able to get it anyway. Molotov will finally get rid of Elige, but Fallen is still back here. Playing on the outside, and Kickard, he just must have seen him right over. That didn't even register as a smoke shot. It's going to be a 2-on-2. I'm actually kind of impressed that Liquid even held onto the bomb site this well. The 2v2, though, quite a different matter. Smoke is still on Kickard, so they could actually go and smoke off Library here, and that would make Stewie's job very, very tricky. Molotov will not put any pressure on VP at the moment. And Naf, he is walking in from behind. A bit of a shoulder peek coming out. There's the smoke I was talking about, but Stewie will make one of his own and a flash to try and get through it as well. It's not bad. It creates a little bit of space for Naf, and now Jameis on his own. Down here with the AWP. One missed shot. I don't think he's going to have a chance for another one. This next one has to commit, or they're going to be right on top. And Stewie, he just jumps the corner, spins around for the defuse, and I think he'll have it in the last possible second. And 8th round here for Liquid.
That was a huge retake, but an even better hold between Fallen and Elige there. There's no way they should be able to find this many kills, but they somehow do. The double hold right there where Elige is right behind Fallen. They're both holding the exact same angle. And VP, the spacing there, probably not what they envisioned with that hit. When they get that first clean entry, they all start flooding one by one. And if it were a little bit tighter, I doubt that there's that great of a hold between Elige and Fallen. But either way, Liquid put another one on the board, and it's an impressive one at that, all stages of it.
Yes, incredibly well done. 13th round, VP. They've put a lot into this one. Galil in play, so it says something about their economy, but they have enough nades to put together a real execute. Putting some pressure on the Liquid side, so this is where we get a chance to see if Liquid can actually keep these grenades alive all the way through. Boost up in the corner. And Liquid, I mean, again, they could have had time to stage and execute now, but they want to wait another 30 seconds.
Liquid know that VP play with their timing so much. They are holding on to so much utility. Elige hasn't even thrown a nade yet, and a minute has passed in the round. Okay, they're finally his first one. But they just hold on to all of this space, and they're confident about it. VP not pressuring enough to burn too much utility.
Yeah, Stewie still has a smoke, and that is a really important key here. Fallen goes away after throwing a flashbang, and that's their cue to set it up. 30 seconds now. Stewie, no flashes or no smokes yet. He's just holding the angle. He's ready to put out that grenade. That's a very good use of the smoke, and Stewie will take down Kickard. Now just hiding behind the pillar. 22 seconds left. Good shot to follow it up, and a big double kill right now for Stewie. And every time he fires that weapon, he just goes to hide for a long time, and that pauses the entire team. And because they're already low on time, it just doesn't work out that well. Great defense.
Yes, very well done between Naf and Stewie. Naf comes up huge there, but like you were saying, it's because Stewie just tucks behind this pillar, never even peeking again, lets Naf take all of the fights, and that's all it takes. Liquid there, they get their 9th, and it's off of maybe VP burning a lot of utility on a mid fake that doesn't really accomplish too much. It pulled Fallen for a minute there, but then you're similarly without all of that utility for the exec. And if they had some more nades, we saw how powerful their nade execs can be. Fallen though, great pick down middle. That is sure to instill some confidence. And if VP's job wasn't hard enough, it's just gotten harder.
It's a very tricky game right now for them, without a doubt. This Inferno map is looking really good for Liquid right now. Grim is on 2 kills, so he's just had a kind of a weird half so far. I don't think it's necessarily even his fault, but I mean, he's only got 3 deaths. It's not like he's not been in a lot of fights.
It seems like every time they're going A, it's the other players that are finding the kills. And Grim, you know, he stayed alive one time very long, didn't actually accomplish more than 1 kill in a hold, and sometimes there's been some clean entries on him, but either way, and anytime he dies, it feels like Liquid are almost just ready for it. They have enough positioning that it's fine. They aren't too worried. And here we go, full exec and full molly exec at that on top of it.
But only with the 1 AK. The Tech-9s can still do a lot, but they have to get just a bit closer. That's a nice find for Buster to take down Stewie. 35 seconds on the clock. Naf is now just wildly...
What?
I was going to say, suddenly, accurately and surgically taking down Yakinda through the smoke. Otherwise, that was just completely illiterate spray coming through the smoke, but it worked out anyway. 3 versus 3 now, and the bomb is finally going to be planted here. A smoke, a late one to put up into construction. That could be worth a lot. They have a Molotov. Fallen going to be throwing that all the way to the back boxes to force anyone off that position. Grim, he goes down to James, who's actually forced to move a little bit this way, but he's still going to win the fight. And Elige on his own. He's not even going to get through the smoke. It's Sanji to take him down. What a round from VP.
Yeah, that's a round where less is more for VP. They simply got banana control, simply went for the execute, and it works out for them. It's probably one of the most standard rounds you'll see this whole half, this whole series, in fact. Ooh, nice little flip there from Yakinder. Didn't know he was that athletic.
I was gonna say, is he breakdancing?
You know, the way Yakinder got on his first team with Hooch, one of his first real teams, he actually did a somersault on stage, and Hooch kind of said, we need a guy that's ridiculous like this.
That's a fantastic origin story.
We need a crazy guy on land. Yakinder, though, pushes on forward. Elige catches him, but Grim's on top still. Oh, he spots the barrel. And VP, they don't actually take bracket control. They still let it be, but Kickart's waiting at the bottom. Stewie, you were talking about it earlier. He loves to push right there, and he's not punished this time for it.
Put some pressure on Kickert. I mean, the fact that Kickert is there and holding it is even evidence that they know. They've been studying the demos. They understand that Stewie likes to do that. Because otherwise, very often, you'll actually find that that's just not even protected at that point in the round. No one's going to be really expecting it. So Stewie probably feels that too. But the fact that he got some damage and just falls back is still pretty much acceptable. He's got a single smoke left, but they're putting pressure on him. And he just uses it right then and there. I don't know if I can blame him for it, because they did execute the last round earlier, so he doesn't want to get caught not even getting a chance to throw it. Now, the only smoke they have left on the Liquid side is on Grim, and that is very far away from where the action is about to be. An MP9 and an M4. They try to push it forward, but not even set up with a flash or anything there, or at least not one that connected. Naf is now on his own in the bomb site. Some very bad news.
He's on it. His little island right now. Naf, he has had an incredible game, but there's a fast flank. This might catch the bomb out. Oh, tagged, but no, Sanji stays alive. No, finally, Grim takes him down. The bomb is on the floor. There's 7 seconds left. Naf, he's dancing around Nubox, and he gets the final 2. Liquid, they steal away that 10th one with an incredible flank. We'll see if VP can turn it around after the break.
Hey guys, welcome back to another Pro Allo. Joining me this time is Mantu to decipher which players are the pro players and which players are the low players. So when you're ready, we'll watch the first one.
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's go. I'm dropping. I got you. Call deep flash. Coming in. Flash. Flashing.
Two dead. One more up in dead. I'm holding him. 2. I'm on flash pool. Flashing pool. Nice.
Give a little P on the hands of this guy and he'll get the job done.
I like it. Yeah, good communication in a very stressful situation there. It's Liquid ending the first half with 10 rounds, the 5 of VP. I'd say this is a pretty tough start right now for VP. More than I was expecting.
It is. And when you look at the kills of the B players for Liquid, it tells a big story right there.
It does.
Naf and Stewie combining for 36 in the first half. That's all towards B. That is just great work from that duo. It has been working wonders for Liquid.
A risky setup, maybe, but not that uncommon in a pistol round here. James is alone on A for the start of it, and now they're rotating. Surely not everyone. All right. Buster is kind of hanging out with no nades and just a USP. I'm not sure what I'm seeing here.
They have to have a read. This is so strange, but either way, Buster, he's going to be at CT. The full nade exec is coming out from Liquid, And Buster, he knows he has to give it up. He'll go for some shots through the smoke here. Tags Grim, but it'll be a 5-on-5 retake.
Bouncing nade off. Oh, poor Grim.
Not bad.
Why did it have to be him, though? That actually landed right on his forehead. But that bomb is planted, and Yakinder is the one with the defuse kit. Just watch for that, because if he goes down, the position of it could be very, very important. There's, a lineup and a half. Stewie continues. Doesn't even reload. He just knew in his brain he wanted to go for that quad kill. Yakinder swings for it, but he's going to go down last. And it'll be Liquid to pick up the pistol on the second round, or second half. Really good job.
That is just an excellent hold from Stewie. That is so par for course in the B defenses that Stewie has been putting together. He'll do it on the T side too. Very well done. Just nice shots being hit overall. VP though, they had a weird tell in this round in the pistol. They thought it was for sure an A hit. They were so convinced.
That looked like the kind of strategy you run if you have, you know, a mathematician or a statistician working on the project. You're like, listen, guys, we know if they don't go fast B, then 83% of the time they actually go A instead. So we're just gonna, you know, which even then it could even be true and all make sense. It just looks really funny when it doesn't work out.
Right. Someone was crunching the numbers.
Yeah.
It's just that the math didn't add up.
But then then again, sometimes the defenses, I think on almost all maps in pistol rounds on CT side, can be a weird coin flip, right?
Yeah, especially with a lot of teams wanting to just deny the plan outright. They just want to, so if they get any inclination, they're just going to full send it towards that direction. But we're in an interesting state right now where Liquid don't have too much utility left, and they're right here at A, so they probably have to commit to this.
There's a lot on the other side to deal with. This is not going to be easy at all. Kick it with a big double kill, and they'll take down James to follow it up. The FAMAS out there nearly down on Yakinder. He's very low on health. But yeah, you could tell that was hard to break through. There's a 4-man setup at the bomb site, and they actually just trade evenly, even if Yakinder takes a lot more damage. No nades left on the T side, but they've got the bomb. A little bit of an awkward position for the bomb plant. If Elige is the one left alive, that could be maybe troublesome. Stewie, though, handles everything just fine, and I think Yakinder, as much as it is uncomfortable, just walk away with the FAMAS. You're not going to get a chance to get this retake.
Stewie's mechanics right now feel very sharp. That last bullet just sending that player to his grave through the wall. I mean, that's just good spray control. And yeah, Liquid, they put themselves in a precarious position. The fact that they had to commit up the lane side with really a lot of time left, but they just burned all of this utility. It's just that the counter nades from VP were good enough that it almost funneled Liquid there. This almost felt like it went more to VP's plan than Liquid's. It's just that Liquid were able to they had the better firepower in that situation. They had the better guns. It worked out for them, but that was a lot. That was very close. That was actually a very close round.
It was. I mean, it was a good call, good stack there for VP. If they could have had it, it would have maybe been the potential for a really interesting comeback. I still think, when I look at the scoreline, 12-5 here, that feels like it's very one-sided. That just isn't the feeling that I'm left with at the moment. I feel like VP actually have been pretty hard to deal with. Grim, not flashed enough. And Yakinder goes down.
Yeah, that's a way to find an opener. Yakinder wanted to use the flash from his teammate, plus the surprise factor of smoking the molly. But it's a little bit hesitant on the swing. It's very un-Yakinder-like. Usually he's the first guy you'd expect to fully wide swing into those kind of fights. But VP have actually slotted all 4 of their players here. Liquid, once again, they're running into a stack. At Elige, he's leading the charge, trying to clear every single angle out. James, the only one to find a kill for VP thus far, as Sanji and Kickert are behind both of these smokes.
And even running into the stack with that kind of firepower and the commitment there, as you said, just jumping through initially with the MAC-10 is pretty impressive. Kickert will go down, and Sanji surely not going to be too long after him either. Naf is just out hunting. Oh, too much maybe. Sanji will find him. That's something to work with. The best case right now is him getting a rifle and getting away. Probably very hard to do.
Doesn't even have armor, so that bomb is going to take him out probably regardless of that fight. Elige is the one to take him down. Yeah, this is good. Okay. Oh my goodness, his body. Oh.
These ragdolls are really great.
They're extreme, yeah. It's like he did a little heel flip on the way out of there. That was pretty intense, yeah. So I will remark on the fact that Grim's spray control there, when he's blind, it's almost every bullet's almost going headshot level. Just he's so mechanically gifted. He's so good. He's so talented.
Yeah, he was drawing a straight line basically on that wall behind him as well.
Yeah, that's tough. That's tough.
13-5, and the first real fair fight that VP have in the second half, at least, is coming up right now. They've got Jame on that AWP. They've got a 4-man setup at the A-bomb site, which is, again, is Nikinda's kind of playing a little bit further back, but even the 4-1 setup is pretty standard. So I don't think that's a sign of any kind of desperation out of VP. Just trusting in Buster right now at B.
And it does look like Liquid are interested in this B site. They're feigning some bracket control. And some retake nades come out from VP. Buster threw his, and Liquid have to respect that. And so there's a timing here. James is going for the swing, but no. Elige is playing for the punish, and Stewie is as well. VP, they push in two directions simultaneously. Buster tries himself, but he is caught by the trading Grim. And now that B bomb site is ripe for the taking. Liquid will get the bomb down, and now it's a matter of, can VP even keep these guns into the next round?
I really would love to know how much of this was pre-planned from Liquid, because it looked like they went to sort of maybe bait out some nades to put some pressure on the B-bomb side. You're firing that AK at the corner. Then they went back. And at that point, Nikinda is out there to check if they're actually there or not. So sort of get the hard evidence. And then then they just come back for him, all three of them, and end up winning that fight. It looked so much like they had that sort of back and forth at Banana played out so perfectly. Interested to see if that was part of some larger plan for them or not. Kick it. Easy enough kill there on Elige. Grenade can land right on top of him. So he's already softened up a bit, and Liquid out hunting, just trying to make this more expensive. Naf, bullet not going to connect, and it will be 14-5 in favor of Liquid. This battle as well, I would have expected Jame to win that every single time.
This is really a curious way to play the mid round from VP, though. They throw the retake nades top banana, but they kind of go for two dry swings in two different areas simultaneously. And I'll just give Liquid credit because they played to punish the re-aggression, and VP not necessarily setting themselves up in the standard ways to retake that sort of space. Usually would love a flash or at least a player to trade, and that was not to be found.
Ooh, Nikinda very aggressive, which is what we associate with him. Even after being revealed and they know his position, he's still out there fighting just a little bit more. Jame, inching his way forward, can't really unscope at this point in time and won't need to either. Takes down Elige. So kind of a reverse of the previous round where they lost both those fights. This time it works out for them.
They just played the coin flip twice, and this time it came up heads in both areas. Fortunate for VP. It does feel like Yukinder's kind of hanging around to fight a lot. Oh, Jame's still going for more. Jame, this is a 5v2.
Alright. Fallen could still do some damage, and it would still be valuable if he got it. But in the end, he'll get run down. So, let's see. They get one AK. Don't think they can find another one. So, double AK, AWP, and some M4s to follow it up. And finally, VP. Getting a say after losing 4 in a row. This is their first round in the second half so far.
This is not looking too good for VP. Even though they just won that one, the way that they're trying to play some of these is a little vanilla. It's almost like they don't want to show some of the other retake procedures they have for map control. I'm almost thinking they're, dare I say, it almost feels like they're saving some things for the main.
Saving strats for the.
I actually feel like that might be what's happening here. They're almost, in a way, just gonna try to brawl their way back to this game. If it gets close, maybe they'll show something more. But as for now, Yukinder is just taking every top banana fight that he likes. He's just swinging.
That's a very hard decision to make if in fact that is what's happening, right? Because you could end up regretting that so badly. Maybe you're right. Well, I guess we won't know one for a while. By the way, Naf on 23 kills, Stewie on 21. So the duo there working out incredibly well. Stewie goes down, Sanji with a big double. Actually, he finds Fallen, and that's just gone. That was an attempt to hit a perfect timing there for Liquid, and it was anything but.
That was great from Sanji. Perfect timing to come in and support those players. Usually the guy running through CT it's difficult to get this much out of it, but the smoke was there, everything was perfect. All the stars aligned for Sanji, and he was able to basically win that round for VP. Well done. So VP, they'll actually find a little bit of breathing room here. We'll see if Liquid can get anything done with these deagles. James takes one out, though.
Not for Stewie. He's going to be down and out. You see the stylistic difference here between the two T sides of the very slow, very passive way that VP approached most of the rounds, and then Liquid just smokes her up, flashing her way through, just trying to go for it as hard as they can. Very different field. Nice shot from Elige. Still leave Grim alone here, and no armor. He's going to go down pretty quickly.
All right. VP, they had one MP9 in that previous round. They're able to get rid of it at the end. And it does look like VP are gaining a little bit of momentum here. So we're going to be seeing a timeout from Liquid as they go over what isn't working.
I mean, 14-8 is... It's a tough comeback to make still, but definitely not impossible. So, yeah, if Liquid have any tricks of their own up the sleeve, now is probably the time to pull one out. See if you can just, you know, find a good entry somewhere, clever boost that you haven't run in a while, anything like that. Because you're not that far away, so can't obviously win a whole map on weird tricks.
Yeah.
But a round or two, maybe.
Something to squeak one out wouldn't hurt. But perhaps Liquid just going for a timeout in terms of just recognizing what it is that VP are doing and how do we best that. It's doesn't always need to be a trick. Sometimes it's a simple counter.
The fact that Yakinda is holding top banana, I feel like with the way that Stewie and Naf are playing, you maybe just take the fight with him. If you know he's there to take it, you know he's aggressive, you know he wants it, you probably have the confidence to say, well, actually, we can just win that fight. And we just need to win it once or twice.
With this scoreline, you'll take a 50-50 fight. Yeah. Even if it's a 55-45, you're fine with that.
Yeah.
Okay, Yakinder, he's forced off the angle. Or is he? No. Flashed on forward. And he'll throw his own grenade. That's going to do some major damage to Stewie. That'll soften him up. Yakinder, he's still hanging around here, actually. Wants to go for the fight against Grim. Takes him down, and the Molly support gets him out of there.
It's such an important Molotov. He would have been in so much trouble otherwise, but they can't close him out. He's down to 4 health, but Stewie's not looking that good either, and they're gonna rotate him over into the A bomb side. I don't know if Sanji wants to swap places with him or not. Otherwise, Buster is maybe gonna feel a bit alone because he has got no nades to slow anything down with. Yeah, Sanji's coming over.
There is still 2 smokes in play for Liquid. They can smoke off Coffins and CT. Does look like that's what they are opting for here. And Sanji, he's here just in time to dunk this nade onto Liquid. Great one onto Fallen. That'll soften him up beautifully.
Oh, he backed out through. Naf actually went through the smoke. That's a bit of a play. They don't know that there's still people on the bomb site. They just try and put the bomb down. Naf coming through construction, and that actually works. I can't believe that Liquid get away with trying to plant the bomb against 2 people and still come out ahead. Now it's a 3-on-3. And Naf is by the coffins, ready and waiting. They're pre-firing that. They know that he might be there. Nade will not take him down. It's only going to do a little bit of damage as well on top, but he's just staying ducked. And they have to be careful. You could see Jame falling back to set up a Molotov now. Flashes going towards CT spawn, but they're quickly running out of time. Fallen's going to burn alive. Naf goes down. Jame holding that angle the entire retake. And that just looks so smooth to them. They actually make it work.
He's so patient. He held it the entire time. He only unscoped to throw a single Molotov, and that Molotov found a kill. Everything James did was so deliberate in that retake. Very well done by VP. And I love this little fake tap from Fallen. He's been throwing that a lot now on the B takes for Liquid. He's been throwing these little taps to try to bait utility. It's almost like how teams like to fake plant on Vertigo. He'll just go for the tap, fall off of the angle, and just go back into it. And it's baited out a lot of pushes, a lot of players that are unwary of the fact that he likes to do that. It's a cool little trick that he's been implementing in his game for the last handful of months.
I mean, the round for Liquid was looking so good, but what a comeback for VP to pick it up in the after plant. Definitely not easy. Fallen.
That's a great catch.
Just hiding inside of the smoke. Gonna go down anyway. It's 14-9. This is suddenly a very different game, isn't it?
It's beginning to become doable for VP. Once they hit 10, they're going to really start feeling it, and they're in a prime position to do so because Liquid, they don't have too much to work with left in this round. Just a single smoke grenade, and Yakinder, he's holding the angle, and he's starting to warm up. Okay, 3 headshots for Yakinder to stop all of those players. Now, Stewie left alone, and VP, they are suddenly on fire.
Yeah, they're looking so good right now. 14-10. Just whatever pressure they might have felt earlier, it might not be all the way gone, but they can see that comeback on the horizon. Grim still at 5 kills. Didn't have a very eventful first half, but the second half has been rough on everyone.
It has not been kind to Liquid. After that pistol and the couple conversions after it, it has been all VP. It really felt like VP were just going through the motions at one point in this game. They weren't doing anything too crazy. They were just playing a very standard game, but now this game begins to heat up. Now you'll start to see the competitive fire come out once again. And Liquid, they want to stop it before it really happens. But the game's already gotten close.
Yeah, it's uncomfortably close now. There's no doubt about it. Naf has got an AWP. Interesting. Got some trick that he wants to play out. Just sniping up the middle, but no one is going to challenge him at the moment. Three-man setup over at the B bomb site early on. Some of them just for nades, you have to assume. Okay, Yakinder, ignoring everything, just goes through and catches Stewie. Normally, maybe you'd fall back from all that pressure, but not Yakinder.
He jumped through the molly to take 40 damage, and now he gets away. Liquid, they're wondering where he went. Like Houdini, he is just gone. But he actually still is here by the sandbags, and there's a flash setup from Buster, too. If they find the timing on this, oh, man, Liquid are going to be hurting. The boost is assembled. Grim doesn't spot anything, and Liquid decide to fall off. They couldn't, for their troubles, find a refrag, and they instead take it towards A.
Two-man setup over MB is still in play, holding that flash just for forever and ever. James, Kickert, and Sanji inside of the A bomb site sounds like a real good defense to me. 35 seconds, and Liquid, I don't know, they have a single Molotov. Now Yakinder's running up behind him to catch Naf. He was turning slowly. Might have seen him out of the corner of his eye just as the gunfire was coming through. Fallen and Liege now 2-on-5, and they're never going to get a chance to get this bomb down here. 18 seconds on the clock, and they are really, really having a hard time from cruising to the finishing line, and now suddenly everything is broken down. They're having to change their tires in the middle of the race. It's a horrible show.
They're gonna need a pit stop. This is Liquid running out of gas. They're still in a commanding lead. They still have a few rounds over VP, but the bye becomes awkward now. And this round was just so well played from Yakinder and Buster. Everything that they did in tandem, the nade support, the pushes, it forced Liquid into the waiting arms of the A players from VP, and that just went sour very quickly. There was no real in there. There wasn't enough utility, no exec to take that sort of space away from VP, and when Yakinder gets like this, when he just feels like he can push, fall, go for a quick fight, it's this hit and run tactic that is when he's really at his scariest. We've seen it a couple times already at the Showdown, how crazy he can get, and how really there's so little you can do as an offense when he's playing this well on the defense.
Yeah, it's remarkable, isn't it? Have they yet? I don't think they really tested Archway all that much. I mean, obviously, they want to make sure that there's probably 2 people at the B bomb site before they try and do it. But that'd be fun if they could try and do that. Another 3-man setup over here. Sanji, I think, maybe tossing some grenades into the corner, a little stack by the tree to pick up later. Never a bad idea. And they're not going to sit on top of each other. All right. Double setup here. Ivalish. Well, now the timing is kind of gone, but could be awkward if someone had walked in from middle.
Oh, great nade timing, too. Nice damage. Oh, Fallen. He jiggles it out. He's recognized that the setup is there. Elige wants blood, though. He's right there. Oh, and he gets one. Can he follow it up? No. Kicker takes him down. That's an important trade for VP to keep this setup alive. They still have 3 players on A. Liquid, they're trying to speed up towards A, though. Kicker is still fighting, and Sanji swings out from the arch to take down Naf.
They're handling this so well. Even the pressure that's coming in, it just doesn't matter. They absorb all of it, and Fallen will go down last. It is another round, 14-12, as VP march their way back into this game. A round loss bonus is there, obviously, for Liquid, but not much else. Almost a double kill here. I mean, this is Elige nearly winning the round.
Yeah, Elige is kicking himself for not continuing that spray. Could have gone for the crouch swing out, but didn't want to be too exposed to a potential Arch player. And that could have sealed it right there. But the thing is that VP had Yakinder in pit the whole time anyways. Or he was at the A side at the very least. And that barely even had to get activated. So Liquid, is that nade going to land on him? It's okay, it's okay. It's not too much to worry about.
I was going to say, one of those nades that helps the M4, but they don't have any. They've stolen all of the AKs on the VP side. They don't care about that potential, you know, 98 type dink.
It's usually a good nade, but when you have AKs, it's almost why would you even throw it?
Just doesn't even matter. 27th round. This is, no matter how this ends, this is a very impressive comeback for VP. It says a lot about the strength of the team. Without a doubt, they could just as well carry it through. Different setup here, Bernard, that we haven't seen before. But James, big miss with the AWP. I mean, if he'd got that kill, that could have just been a double right then and there. Instead, now it's another 4-on-4. Or what?
Oh, VP are going for the 4A stack.
No way.
Wow, this is so daring. Okay, Yakinder's making his way back. Oh, Liquid might call that. Liquid might hear these rotations. They should hear this. And they might call for a reroute back towards A, where Sanji is just by himself now. So this fight towards middle is very important. If Sanji...
But he molotov the middle.
And he just rotates to B too.
Oh, no. Is Naf hearing this? This is all-out chaos. Sanji is running back and forth. 15 seconds left. He's going to be in position to spot them, but I don't think he can stop them on his own. And he'll basically have to. Fallen just swinging wide for the fight. And with 7 seconds left, they're going to push the button and get that bomb planted. Fallen, he might die, and he will, but it doesn't matter. If that had been 1 second earlier and he hadn't put the bomb down, they would have won the round behind that nade. But now instead, it's a 3-on-3 and a very, very tough retake. They have a flashbang and nothing else to set this up with. The chickens are dancing, some sort of ritual in front, hoping, maybe cheering on VP in this retake. They're going to need it. Grim, I don't know how that's not distracting. How is he not looking at them? What are the chickens doing? Yakinder's getting a kill, and now he's inside of the bomb site on his own, 1 versus 1, and he's going to go straight for it. Just try and stay crouched and be small, but Naf will find him with a headshot, and it's a 15th round.
Oh my gosh.
Is this some kind of chicken turbine? What? Are they generating electricity?
Why are the chickens providing comic relief in the middle of a tense retake? Like they need to relax. This is a tense moment for the game. But either way, I mean, this was such an all-over round. I couldn't believe that VP went for all the rotations that they did in the late round there. They thought it was B, they thought it was A, they thought it was B again. And that puts Sanji in such a poor position. It always feels like it's Sanji that's getting the short end of the stick for VP in some way or another, even if he's got a good gun.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? They're giving him all of the worst positions somehow.
They just force it. They force it all onto him.
Actually unreal. 15 to 12. Setting up real early in those A apartments. Could be a sign of some sort of explosion later on. Yakinda now imitating Stewie. Grim and Stewie are right on the other side. He's so far forward. Yeah, Stewie's not even expecting it. He's not thinking that it even could be a possibility. And now some counter nades are coming out.
Yeah, Grim, he couldn't go for the trade.
Yeah.
He had a MAC-10. If he had an AK, that's a swing.
Yeah.
He's going for that, but couldn't quite pull the trigger on that. Oh, and Yakinder's found a timing here. Takes down Grim. Fallen still contesting for this space, and Yakinder is holding on. In fact, he's thinking about moving on forward. This is so unreal. Yakinder is taking all of it back on his own.
Just calling their bluff.
He is so bold right now. But there's no rotation, so even though he has that sort of position, Buster has yet to rotate. But there it is. Yeah. There's the rotation.
And it still should give some confidence to the players on A to just be told they are 99% coming into the A bomb side. Now he's pushing up behind him. This guy is out of control. He is one player that is dictating the way that this match is going right now, at least in the second half. Kick it, a little bit of a wild spray, falls down with the Orc to get the kill. Sanji will pick up a double of his own. And even though Yakinda's not even going to be there for the actual retake or anything, he has an enormous presence in this round.
He did everything. He found out everything. Every single player from VP was on A, with the exception of him, of course, going for that flank right there. This is just... VP are using Yakinder as just a radar hack. He's finding everything out for them. He's a human radar hack. He's giving all of the information, and then Liquid, I mean, that actually looked like a solid execute into that site, but there's just too many bodies.
That does some serious damage to the Liquid economy. And they are going to be back to pistols. Some dangerous pistols, to be sure. And looks like they want to find that timing before the B rotate comes back. So could be actually quite dangerous if VP are not careful. Yakinda, not impressed.
That's the bomb.
Yep, Grim, he was very flashed. And now there's a crossfire. Oh, and Buster just getting, I think, more than even he was expecting. So whatever, the danger has been averted. And it's going to be the round for VP 15-14.
This has been a massive comeback for VP. They have won 9 of the last 10 rounds. Unreal how close this is getting. And Liquid, they want to end it here. They're using their last time out. We see Adren on the cam. He's coming up with the strategy. And we'll see what it is. We'll see what it is. Only time will tell.
Ironically enough, Liquid need to get back in focus.
Yes. Yeah, just that this is looking a little I mean, the thing that's good about Liquid here is that they don't look too frustrated in their camp. They look like they have an idea, a plan. The body language doesn't read like it always does in some of these Liquid games where everybody looks depleted.
Yeah, I mean, they should be feeling that. They've done it once here in the second half, sort of sneaking in around. Just need to do one more time, one good opening here. And they are going second mid fast. Something is definitely up.
This is a huge shift. Oh, it's coming quick. This might be a fast A play, and we already see that VP are playing 3 towards B. Oh, they're considering it at the very least. Oh, they slow down, though. And Yakinder, once again, has acquired a lot of information for VP. They at least know that there's no banana taken from Liquid yet.
Yeah, again, he was willing to take half his health in damage running through the Molotov to try and catch someone out. Stewie was up shooting in the A apartments while some of this was happening, and I'm kind of a little bit surprised that they didn't want to follow through. It seemed like that was the whole point here. Deep nade down on Kickert. Gonna do a little bit of damage to him, but they got top mid at least on the Liquid side.
Yeah, bracket, though, one of the scariest places to hold in a round on Inferno. And we see that the only person that stays is Fallen, given that he has the op. Now, Buster's playing the jump peek game. As soon as he spots one, we'll see how much nade damage he can accomplish. The flashes are there. He has to back off the angle. That should be a pretty good nade. Not bad. And Yakinder, all the way back from A, is now reclaiming space towards Banana. Buster's here for the support flash. This could be a massive hold for Yakinder to send it to OT.
Yeah, waiting for that God flash to come through. He's pushing forward right into them. The flashbang never even gets thrown. It's fallen to take down Jame. What a disaster. Buster on his own. 25 seconds. He has to come up massively in this round. And there it is. A follow-up kill. He puts out the Molotov, a double. Buster's going to be going down. Nat finds him. Does not care about the smoke, it seems. 14 seconds on the clock. Could he stop the bomb indeed? Oh, he cannot. Kicker gets downed by Stewie instead. It looked like he had it. And Sanji, always the tough job. And he's going to fall to Nap. It's 16-14. Liquid. They kept their cool, they took that timeout, and they win Inferno.
What a great last round for Liquid. They finally get it done. It's close. There is no room to breathe, and yet they pull through. What a map.
Very well done. That took everything from what 10-5 first half in favor of Liquid. You thought, it's going to be a quick map this